Aloha, beautiful souls. Welcome to another episode of A Better World with Adrienne. I'm popping in with a bonus episode today because I feel so inspired by the astrology, by this fresh wave in December. And I feel called to share this episode for a couple different reasons. So, first, it's when we study the energies of the universe, when we study life itself, that we become life magicians, that we become conscious co-creators with spirit, with source, with God, with the universe, whatever word resonates with you. And we are in a time, it's always been the correct time to be in right relationship with spirit, the stars, astrology, and use it as a portal to learn, love, leverage your divinity. And now more than ever, as we're in this key moment of unlocking new earth, we really get to double down on our study, double down on our faith, double down on, okay, am I willing to look at what's happening in the stars, see how it's influencing the collective, see how it's influencing me specifically in my unique natal chart, and then leverage that, and then do healing with that, and do deep expansion work, precision work to embody your fullest potential. Because here's the thing, a better world, this podcast is called A Better World with Adrienne, right? Everything I do here in this podcast, this is a straight up transmission. This can and will change your life when you decide it will. When you take what I share and run with it. Like I always say, if people implemented half the shit, not even half, 20% of the shit that's available for free on the internet, we'd be halfway to New Earth right now. So it's really up to us to be in right relationship with these energies. And it starts with study. It starts with devotional study. And I'm recording this. This episode is called Destiny Decisions, December 2023 Astrology. And so this title, this evolution, this expression is coming through for many different reasons. Because December, first of all, I really view it like the dark moon phase. It's the void. We're going toward the solstice. It's the last month in the calendar year. It's like, okay, it's time to go within. It's like the 12th house in astrology. It's time to go within. It's time to make sense of what I've done. It's time to do a review of my life. It's time to go within and let things die so that the dream can live. And so it's the fertile darkness, it's the void, it's letting everything go away that's not meant to come with us. And it's that compost, that fertile soil. And when we're willing to let it compost and decay, it literally is where we plant the seeds of our dreams, and they can grow because the soil is so rich and so nourishing, and it contains only the nutrients that are necessary, none of the old outdated things. So it's very, very, just seasonally. And here's the thing, when I look back on my life, all of my destiny decisions, not all of them, but a lot of them were made in Decembers because it's such a reflective time. And here's the thing, January is not amazing because you decide things in January. January and 2024 and whatever year you're thinking about as you listen to this or watch this, because I really seek to create timeless episodes. It's amazing because you decide in advance. And deciding isn't writing something in your journal. Deciding is writing it in your journal, speaking it, and taking the bold action that aligns with that. So destiny decisions I've made in December's are, I decided to leave a man I thought I would marry. I decided in December. I moved out January 2nd. I decided I would start mindful music in December. I did my photo shoot that month, and by February 2nd, my website was live. I decided to move to Maui in December. And then within 8 months, I was here. I'm actually celebrating as I record this podcast. This is my first podcast I'm recording in my new home that I moved into on December 1st. And I'm like, wow. I'm like, I wonder how amazing 2024 is going to be because I made this decision in December. And so it's just like all these decisions. And when I think about my personal growth, it's like, okay, I made the decision to join a high ticket mastermind that the monthly investment was more than my rent. It changed my entire life. It showed me what was possible. It showed me what was possible without burnout, with being in deeper relationship with the stars, the new earth way, not the old hustle, grind, linear creation model, the quantum way. Okay, I decided I would invest in one-on-one mentorship with my breathwork coaches 2 years ago in December. And then what happened? In January, I created my first ever 10K plus month. And then I was able to sustain that. And by April, I made my first 20K plus month. And I was like, wow, I'm just like noticing. And this is my magic as a projector in human design. Like I'm here to see patterns. I'm here to notice, and I'm here to help you be more efficient and notice these patterns so you can leverage them yourself. Okay. So as you're listening to this podcast, like this is me sharing my insights so you can take it and run with it. So what I know to be true for me, for my clients, for leaders, is that December is a time of destiny decisions. Okay. And you either make decisions that click you into your destiny timeline or click you out of it. And so we're in this key moment of new earth where, we have this genocide and war going on in Gaza. And, I'm so grateful that I cultivated this channel, this unrestricted vocal channel where I can say those words and I'm not shadow banned. Okay. So that's real. That's happening. And we're seeing spiritual warfare play out. And, it's really up to us to double down on all of these things because the road ahead to new earth is not easy. Like there's a reason why Star Wars, Hunger Games, Harry Potter, all of that stuff is such a prevalent part of our culture, is because I believe in every cell of my body that the people that channeled those stories and worlds were tapped into this idea that like, hey, there's going to be a reckoning. And we're going to go toe to toe with these same ideas and dark and light again. And we get to see, okay, when light really holds their power, this is what's possible. When darkness holds their power, this is what's possible. And so we must make powerful, bold decisions in December that click us into our destiny timeline. Okay. I just got full body chills as I said that. So shameless plug. If you've been wanting to work with me and you've been on the fence and you've been hesitating and you've been making excuses, don't make those excuses anymore in December. So the ways you can work with me literally range from $99 a month all the way up to my highest ticket VIP platinum one-on-one mentorship, which is over 4K a month. There's something literally no matter where you're at in your journey, you can say yes to yourself through a container that I steward, right? You're not saying yes to me. You're saying yes to yourself because you resonate with the way I channel the stars. Maybe you resonate with the way I channel breath work. Maybe you just love how I coach. Maybe you just love my energy. Maybe, there's just all these things. Like I'm a projector. I see patterns. I can see through bullshit really quickly. So if you want to blast through bullshit real quickly, work with me. There's some you can say yes to yourself. All right. So I just want to say that right here, right now. December is a time of destiny decisions. And so now I really want to lean into, okay, what's the astrology of December? What's the astrology of December? Because it's really when we study these patterns and are in right relationship with them and are in ritual with them and do breath work with them and see how they're impacting our life and leverage it for our own life, for our healing, for how we serve, for how we steward our medicine, for how we, show up in relationship with other people, for how we use our power. Like all of this, it's a God-sized vision. There's no God-sized vision without God. Okay. And no matter what word you use, it took me a long time to use the word God again without feeling like I needed to shower afterwards, because your girl had religious trauma. And I think a lot of people have that. It's I have a podcast sitting in my channel. It's been sitting in my channel for a while, and I'm like, ooh, I wonder when that's going to drop. It's all about how I healed my relationship with God after religion. So yeah, let's dive into the astrology, shall we? Okay, grab your highest self, grab your astrology nerd self, and let's dive in. Okay, so I am going to teach and speak into 5 major things happening in December that you get to know about that are going to inform your life, your leadership, your legacy, and how you make your destiny decisions in December. So the first things first, by the way, I'm a free will astrologer, okay? Free will is always at the table, all right? Just because the planets are doing certain stuff doesn't mean like there's this thing that I've noticed, I call it pop astrology, and people are like, oh, it's Mercury retrograde, and my ex texted me, and LOL, I slept with them. And it's like, you always have free will, and sleeping with your ex is not good for you, and you did it anyways because you used astrology as a excuse for unacceptable behavior. Like, that's deeply disrespectful to life itself, to the stars, and to you, okay? So free will is always at the helm in my containers. So this is like, you are the authority on you, and you will decide whether you leverage this or not through the way you live and the way you choose. So first things first, Venus is entering Scorpio. So Venus is entering Scorpio on December 4th, and she's staying there until December 28th. So she's hanging with us for all of December. And Venus is the planet of love, beauty, art, and money. And my teacher, Aisha, shout out to Oath Oracle, she says, Venus is everything we all want. Love, beauty, art, and money. And I'm like, yes. So Venus in Scorpio. Venus is important to pay attention to in New Earth because Venus is the core of New Earth. Venus is the divine feminine. It's Mother Earth. Okay. No more extraction. No more extraction from Mother Earth. No more extraction from our own life force. No more extraction from the divine feminine. Okay. So Venus is always going to bring us back to how love, beauty, art, and money codes are being expressed and illuminated in the collective. And so Venus in Scorpio we just had Scorpio season. Scorpio's like, no more surface. We're going deep. We're going to the root of the issue. It's the Scorpion. It's holding, it's the healer. It's the surgeon of the zodiac, and it holds its prey with its little pinchers. And it's like, I see it. I know how to kill it with one strike. And it's so painful. And then it's over. Scorpio is all about power and precision and alchemy. Okay. And so Venus in Scorpio is really showing us like, hey, love, beauty, art, and money is expanded, is possible when we are willing to hold our power, when we are willing to move with precision, when we are willing to transmute dark into light. Scorpio is the phoenix rising from the ash. Scorpio is fixed water. It doesn't move. And water, I think about a waterfall, I think about a faucet. And it's like purification, purification, purification. Like if you feel like crying, know that you are really clicking into Venus and Scorpio. Like crying does not block your manifestations. It's a movement of energy. Okay. So I just want to double click, highlight, star that. Okay. Okay, amazing. So Venus in Scorpio is happening from December 4th to December 28th. So that's how you can tap into the Venus codes, love, beauty, art, and money codes. Okay. And this is for the collective. Now you can take it into your unique natal chart. So how you would do that is you go to your chart. And by the way, I am doing readings in December, and I actually changed the investments. I have like, you can do a short one, you can do a long one, you can do session packs. So like, I'm really playing with different investments and just what format works well for you. So if you want a reading in December, if you want a one-on-one session with me, go to the link in the show notes and book it. I would love to read for you and see where this is all impacting you in your life. So the way you would figure out how it's impacting you directly is like, okay, you go to where Scorpio is in your chart. And for me, that's my one-on-one relationships. So it represents romantic relationships, one-on-one client work, any one-on-one intimate. Scorpio rules intimacy. It rules sex. It's literally like merge energy. So you would go to that part in your chart and you would say, okay, Venus is highlighting this part of my chart right now. And so you may notice so we have a new moon in Scorpio also. So the seeds you planted at the new moon in Scorpio are getting hella blessed by Venus in Scorpio right now. Just saying. So for me, I'm really going to be focusing on, okay, my one-on-one relationships. And yes, I did specifically decide, hey, I'm going to focus on my one-on-one mentorship clients, calling in the correct people that are going to start in January. Why? Because first of all, I love one-on-one client work. It's the bread and butter of what I do. Like, of course, I love my membership and my masterclasses and my programs, but it's like, there's a special potency and depth that happens in one-on-one mentorship. It's like my one-on-one mentorship clients, it's like, you can't get rid of me now. I'm in your life. So I'm focusing on that, and I'm focusing on my close friendships and, romantic love. That's what I'm focusing on for this. Okay. Second major astrology of December 2023. So spoiler alert, Mercury retrograde in Capricorn. Okay, let's talk about what this means. So a lot of people talk about Mercury retrograde. I really view it as there's like pop astrology, right? Pop astrology is what happened when astrology really got popular in the pandemic, and everybody started saying they were an astrologer. And I'm like, yo, can you even read a real chart, or do you read it off of the pattern app? Like, this is charlatans everywhere. People talk about Mercury retrograde all the time, and people freak out about it. So here's how I view Mercury retrograde. First of all, a retrograde is just when a planet appears to be going backwards to us from where we are on Earth. So it's not actually going backwards. It's our perception. And so when Mercury's going retrograde, a retrograde is just a review. It's a time to refine. It's a time to realign. It's a time to reflect. It's all the words: reflect, refine, review. All right. And so Mercury retrograde, any kind of retrograde, is a second chance from spirit. And so we're having Mercury retrograde in Capricorn. Pluto's about to exit Capricorn after a long transit. And basically, Capricorn rules long-term structure, success, authority, legacy, discipline. It's father time. It's ruled by Saturn. Okay. And so we had all the structures in the 3D plane have basically been destroyed, because we're being shown the unhealed masculine and how we get to destroy the structures to build new ones, right? And so Mercury is the planet of communication. Mercury is all about technology, it's words, it's data, it's like the reason I do weekly podcasts and I do bonus episodes when I feel really inspired, like today. And I drop my regular podcast on Wednesdays because Wednesdays are ruled by Mercury. And a podcast is literally as Mercury as it can get. It's literally technology and words and sharing information. And so Mercury comes in and shares a bunch of messages with us. And it's like, hey, you missed a spot. Hey, you missed a spot. Hey, you missed a spot. And it's in Capricorn. So it's the structures of the collective. So we can expect news to come back around. Maybe, a little bit cringy news in terms of the structures of the world, all right, and the divine masculine. And then also in that part of our chart. So for me, I am a Cap stellium. I have my Neptune, my Uranus, and my North Node are in Cap. And so I'm getting another glance at, okay, do you have the structures built, Queen? Do you have the structures for the legacy? It's really about structure, the long game. Capricorn is not about a quick spiritual hit. Capricorn's like, I'm in it for the long game, and day by day, I take steps. And then I have a legacy at the end, but it's not on accident. It's premeditated. Success is premeditated. That's some Saturn shit. And that is some Capricorn shit. Okay, so with Mercury retrograde in Capricorn, we can expect a lot of the same, like, Spirit's like, I'm giving you a second chance to make sure you catch all the details before we move forward, so you don't have to redo this again. Okay, so I would just say exercise discernment and take your time making decisions, especially in Capricorn part of your chart. So yeah, you can discover where that is. You can book a reading, all the things. Okay, so on the very same day, on 12/12, which I just want to give a shout out, 12/12 is the day of birth of my soul sister, Julia Phoenix, who is a Sag Sun, Capricorn Moon queen, and just my soulmate, my soul sister in life, and my soul biz partner, Lemurian priestess. And so shout out to Julia Phoenix. You have a new moon and Mercury going retrograde on your birthday. So yes, the new moon in Sag falls on December 12th as well. And so what does this mean? This is a new beginning in the realms of Sagittarius. This is a time to plant seeds. 12/12, that's powerful numerology as well. When we boil it down, 1 + 2 + 1 + 2 = 6. Okay. I don't know if I fully know what the number 6 means in numerology, but 5 means change. 6, I feel like, has something to do with money. But anyways, it's a portal. Anytime we have those double numbers, it's a portal. It's a portal. Okay. So the new moon in Sag, we're planting new seeds in the themes of Sag. Sagittarius is faith, hope, adventure, optimism. It's ruled by Jupiter. It's like, don't plant seeds for your mediocre dream. Plant seeds for the big dream, for the expansive dream. New Earth is not going to be built off mediocre dreams, okay? Mediocre dreams is an oxymoron. I would say mediocre goals. Like, there's one of my favorite quotes is, most people don't aim too high and miss. They aim too low and hit. And so do not allow yourself to aim low and hit and give yourself a gold star for hitting low. Shoot for the stars, baby. That's what you're going to be planting on the new moon in Sag. And the thing about the new moon in Sag is it's like, Sag is usually like, get up and go, like life's an adventure, like so positive, like happy, happy, joy, joy. And with all of this other tense astrology, with the tense energy in the collective, and with, Mercury stationing retrograde on that same day, it's like, yes, plant these huge seeds. Also, don't expect it to happen overnight. All right. Review, refine, reflect. Okay. So you're going to be planting new seeds at the new moon in Sagittarius for your life's adventure. It's mutable fire. It's change that happens through action. Fire rules action. Okay. So at the new moon in Sag, the planting you do, you must have the action to back it up. Otherwise, it won't happen. Okay. manifestation is not, just I plant seeds once at the new moon and then I expect it to happen. It's like, that's not being in right relationship with the divine. We water the seeds, we tend to the seeds. And if you want just to really like get back to the basics, like spend time with the land and witness how things grow and witness how they get to be nourished for them to grow and witness the seasons of life. Like, yes, I live on Maui now and there's things that bloom all year round, but some things don't bloom all year round. And like where I'm from, it's snow right now. Everything's frozen. It's not supposed to be blooming. It's a hibernation time. And so December is really like, are we willing to let things die? Are we willing to create fertile soil? And in that soil, we plant these big, bold Sagittarius dreams. Okay. And then we lead to the solstice. The solstice will arrive on the 21st of December, and it's the holy, holy, holy day. I'm already preparing for the solstice. We're leading towards the shortest light. The shortest light. And what does that mean? That means it's the most darkness that we're going to experience in one day. And it really is a time, it's this inward reflection. It's like, who am I? What messages are within me? Like, no more looking outside yourself for the answers. No more outsourcing your power. Go within, go to the mother, go to your soul, meditate in dark silence, like burn a candle. I'm already preparing my body for a 3-day fast. So I do a water fast. When I say water, I say coffee and water because I am that coffee person, and coffee does increase autophagy. So if you're a biohacker nerd like me, which I don't like the term biohack, I like biohone. We're just honing our body's natural ability to heal itself. It rocks. It rocks. So on the solstice, it's this time of going within, and it's like, okay, we get to the point where it's the darkest. And then from there, the light starts inching forward, but it's very sacred. It's a time for stillness. It's a time to be quiet. It's a time to be in ceremony. It's a time to listen. Okay. So I may or may not be doing a solstice ceremony. Stay tuned. I had this huge download come through. My new home has the best stargazing spot, and I was stargazing last night, laying on the Aina, which Aina means land in Hawaiian. I'm learning so much here, by the way. I'm learning so much. And by the way, if you're sitting on some kind of big decision like I had with moving to Maui, don't wait. Don't wait. Everything you've ever wanted is waiting for you on the other side of that decision. I promise. I promise. So I had this major download. So, TBD on something for the solstice. I feel really excited and called to share in that way. So the solstice is arriving on the 21st, and it's a time of deep reflection and ceremony and just reverence for life and the cycles of nature, and remembering that, like, I don't give a shit, like, who you are, what you do. We're all humans, and we're all just cut from source. And so we get to come back to that deep remembering, and especially amidst like the holiday chaos and like, oh, buy all these things and do all these things. And it's so interesting how people burn themselves out around the holidays just to check all these boxes that humans made up. And it's like, if we were really tapped into spirit, we would be in ceremony. We would be in ceremony for the solstice, and we wouldn't be running around all these stores getting all these things that we don't actually care about, Not to say that gifts don't matter. Like, I love giving gifts, and they're very meaningful, and like, it's not hating on like other traditions, but it is really calling out and calling forward, like, hey, there's a lot of things that happen around the solstice time that are very disconnected from the energy of the solstice. Okay, and then finally, on the 26th of December, we have the full moon in Cancer. So a moon in Cancer is some of the most deep mother's milk nectar that we can ever receive. Why? Because Cancer is ruled by the moon. It's the divine feminine. It's the womb. It's safety. It's It's the mother. And so it's correlated to all the seeds you planted at the new moon in Cancer back in July. And it's a culmination point. It's a release. It's a letting go. It's things are coming to manifest. Okay. So anything in really Cancer is the shoreline. It's cardinal water. It's going first. It's the emotions. In its unhealed state, Cancer is overprotective and doesn't let people in. But in its healed state, it's like, I have boundaries, and because I have strong boundaries, I'm able to have my softness and the deepest love that exists on the planet inside my Cancer shell. So it's really, there's a culmination there, very tied to the feminine, very tied to the womb, very tied to who you were and what you were doing 6 months ago. Yeah, all in the themes of Cancer. And then, we blast off into 2024. So it's very important to be aware of these things. And there's 5 of them. And there's a lot more. Honestly, there's a lot more going on. But I chose 5 because that's what felt correct to me. These are the ones that feel like you can really move and grow and love and lead and heal with them and study them. And 5 is also the number of change. And so I really invite you to explore and work with these transits in December to make your destiny decisions that will set you up for like literally the most amazing 2024 ever. And it won't happen on accident. It will happen because you decided in December and you took action. So sign up for that course, sign up for that mentorship, sign up for that, it's very trivial, but sign up for the gym. Like the thing that you've been waiting on, don't wait. Okay. Tomorrow's not guaranteed ever. So just make one big move. Make one big move and then do another one tomorrow and then do another one the day after that. And then guess what? You live your dream. It's inevitable when you don't quit and you take action. Okay. So that's the astrology of December 2023. I'm so grateful that I created this bonus episode. I was just like bursting at the seams. I was like, oh my God, I have so much to share. I'm going to make a podcast. I'm going to make a podcast in my new home. So chew that, digest it, let it sit. There are 3 invitations I want to extend to you for you to really be in relationship with this astrology and create destiny decisions for yourself to click into your destiny timeline in December. Okay, so the first one is New Earth Temple, my membership. So we meet at every new moon and full moon. We study the moons and we do breath work in alignment with them to heal and manifest at a cellular level. This is an amazing way if you want to just deepen your ritual with the moon, with the stars, you're living the way of living guided by the soul, spiritual living is the bedrock of spiritual living is embodiment and ritual and community and consistency. And that's what we do in New Earth Temple. So you can join for $99 a month. There's also, I have some special options right now. You can do, it's a 6-month commitment. And that's because moon cycles are 6 months. So you won't reap the full rewards until you're doing it consistently for 6 months. Also, I call people into my spaces that are committed, right? So you can sign up for 6 months up front and get a month for free. You can sign up for the whole year and get 3 months for free. So the link to all of that is in my show notes. Okay, so that's the first way. Second way for December is join Unconditional. So Unconditional is my 5-week activation for spiritual endurance. We've been doing daily motivation coaching every single day, Monday through Friday in Voxer, and it's been so fun. And then we also have 4 deep dive spiritual intimacy calls, talking about, feeling all of the energetic shifts right now. We're going to do breath work in there. Like it's really, really potent. So this is for you if you want to walk your spiritual path unconditionally and create endurance for the long game. So the link to that is in the show notes. I highly, highly recommend that. And then also, if you want to discover, okay, where's this all landing for me? Like what's happening for me specifically in December? book a one-on-one session. You can book a reading. You can book a big 3 breath work. You can book a coaching. You can book a breathwork journey on its own. Like all of these things. I also have session packs. And that's also a really good way. Like if you're considering working with me long-term in 2024, like a one-on-one mentorship journey, like 6 months, do a one-on-one session. And that's how you're really going to know if that's correct for you. So those are the invitations. New Earth Temple membership, unconditional for December, and one-on-one sessions and session packs. You can buy packs as well. All right, beauties. Have an amazing, amazing rest of your day. Take this astrology and run with it. Make your destiny decisions in December, because destinies are not stumbled upon. They are claimed, they are chosen. It's up to you to choose it, and the stars will guide you in your highest timeline, and the highest timeline for all. I love you so much. I believe in you. I believe in a better world. Go make a stranger smile. Go put your feet on Gaia and say thank you. Don't forget that you are one of a kind, unique, amazing, rare, and we need you in your power. We need you in your gifts. I love you so much. And I will see you next time on A Better World with Adrienne.